Well, it looks like we're on location today, and that's because we're joined by men's golf head coach Cameron Andry to talk about the 2021 season for he and the Trojans. But Cameron, you are inside the new Taylor University Golf Performance Lab here inside Odell Arena. How special is it to have the lab completed here a year after you guys had it just as artist renderings?
Yeah, it's great. It's been put to good use already. It was finished up and ready to go when the players returned from Christmas break, and so I'm hoping we'll see it pay off when we head down to Florida here in a couple of days. But it's been a really cool thing to see it come to fruition.
Is it even more special with how cold the temperatures have been, and you guys have been able to go down to an indoor driving range down in Muncie the last couple of years, but with the temperatures so cold, that probably makes it tough to even get down there if you didn't have the golf lab. So is that an extra benefit with how cold it is before you guys get ready for this first tournament here in a few days in Orlando?
Yeah, it really is. We really appreciate MD's Golf Academy, and we still utilize it. But you're talking about a heated bay. So if the wind's blowing in and it's 10 degrees, it's still really cold in that heated bay. And added to that, players driving on bad road conditions is something we'd like to avoid, and we've been able to do that now because we can just schedule this out where every player gets a chance to come in here and work on their game every day, and put this facility and the technology to really good use.
As we all know, last year's spring season was canceled due to COVID-19. Was there a different energy when the men's golf team got back together in the fall to get ready for the fall season?
Yeah, I mean, they were all just really excited to get back at it, and felt really lucky and blessed, honestly, to get to play a fall season. I know there were a lot of college golf teams around the country that didn't get to compete, and so we tried to keep that in the front of our minds, that we were lucky to even be getting a chance to compete. Our men's team's really young, and the five that played in the starting lineup throughout the fall was a freshman, three sophomores, and a redshirt sophomore. And so last year they got a taste of college golf, but for some of them, this was their first chance to really dive in after knowing what to expect. And so I was really happy with what we saw in the fall, and it was definitely a good thing to get going again.
3 tournament wins in 4 tries in the fall. You never lost to an NAIA team. How can that set you guys up for the spring with such a young roster?
Well, it was definitely a good confidence booster for us. I don't think really looking at how we played, we definitely never had an event where I felt like we hit on all cylinders. Each event we kind of had a guy perform well, and we usually have 1 or 2 guys who kind of struggled. And part of that's just the way golf works, and that's the nature of team golf. But I think we're just scratching the surface of how good this group can be. They've really put in the work during this off season, and so I'm excited for them to get a chance to show it off. And we were able to play who we played in the fall, but this spring we're going to face a whole new level of competition. I think we face 7 teams ranked in the top 10 within our first 2 events, and so we're going to really find out how good we are in these first 2 events, and I think that'll be a good thing for these guys, because I think we can be pretty good, but there's still some things we need to do better, and I'm hoping that early on in the spring we'll see what those elements of the game are where we need to see some improvement, and then we can put in the hard work and make it happen.
You mentioned your redshirt sophomore, Javen Johnson. He had a stellar fall this year. He's already elected to take his COVID extra year of eligibility, so that's got to make you pretty happy, particularly the way he played in the fall. Well, he's also been living in the golf lab here since everyone got back to campus. How big of a spring can he have?
Yeah, I mean, he can be an All-American, honestly, if it all comes together. He's a really hard worker. He's incredibly talented. I just love all that he brings to our team. He is unquestionably, one of our leaders, and we're going to lean on him hard. When you've got an ace, you got to count on him every time out, and he is our ace. And so I'm really excited to see the jump that he can make this spring. He won his first collegiate event back in the fall, and I'm hoping now the floodgates open up for him.
Big tournament for the ChampionsGate Invitational down in Orlando to get the spring season going. A lot of top competition, and you guys are the 4-time defending Crossroads League champions, but a lot of new faces on that roster. You guys have some guys that have tasted what a championship is like, but they might not have been in the 5 that played for those championships. So how big is this first tournament?
Yeah, it really is big. Like you said, I mean, we're so young that these guys, Javen was around when we won in 2019, but the rest of these guys weren't even on our roster the last time we won a Crossroads League championship, with last season obviously not happening. And so, I think we've got to pave our own path here, and what happens in years past has no bearing on what's going to happen this spring. But I think we've got a group that can definitely go out and compete with the best teams in the NAI and win our Crossroads League championship and hopefully make a run at the national championship. And I think we've got the talent to do that, but we've got to grow and we've got to continue to get better. And we can't let, a bad round here or there derail us from our end goal. And that's going to be one of the things we're focusing on this spring is, take the good with the bad, learn from it all, and keep moving forward.
Well, it all starts down in scenic Orlando in just a couple of days. Cameron, thanks for the time. Best of luck with the opening tournament and best of luck with the rest of the season.
Thank you, Rick.
That is Cameron Andry, the Taylor Men's Golf head coach, joining me today to stay up to date with everything Taylor Men's Golf. Just log on to TaylorTrojans.com.